Today we are going to discuss or going to consider the Fourier series of a 2 pi periodic function defined over any interval of length 2 pi. We have already seen the Fourier series of 2 pi periodic function defined in the interval minus pi to pi. If fx is a 2 pi periodic function defined over the interval minus pi to pi, then the corresponding Fourier series is f of x is equal to a0 by 2 plus sigma n equal to 1 to infinity an cos nx plus bn sin nx. What is a0? a0 is equal to 1 by pi integral minus pi to pi f of x dx. What is an? An is equal to 1 by pi integral minus pi to pi. If the function is defined over the interval minus pi to pi, then an is equal to 1 by pi integral minus pi to pi f of x into cos nx dx. Similarly, bn is equal to 1 by pi integral minus pi to pi f of x into sin nx dx. Here we consider a function f of x is defined over any interval of length 2 pi. That means 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi, pi to 3 pi, pi to 3 pi, or pi by 2 to pi by 2 to 2 pi length pi by 2 to pi by 2 plus 2 pi and then 2 pi 4 pi by 2, or 3 pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2 to 7 pi by 2. That interval length is 2 pi. That minus pi to plus pi interval is length 2 pi is 0 to 2 pi. Or pi to pi 2 pi pi plus 2 pi, pi to 3 pi, 3 pi to 5 pi. Second, pi by 2, 90 or pi by 2, pi by 2 to pi by 2 to 2 pi and then pi by 2 plus 2 pi, 4 pi plus pi, then 5 pi by 2, pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2, pi to 3 pi, etc. That is the Fourier series of a function 2 pi periodic function defined over any interval of length 2 pi. Second, then is consider the Fourier series of function defined on any interval of length 2 pi. For that, let f of x be a 2 pi periodic function. What do I mean by 2 pi periodic function? F of x plus 2 pi is equal to f of x. 2 pi interval, what is the behavior of the function? The same behavior repeats in the next 2 pi interval and so on. Or a 2 pi interval, what is the behavior of the function? That is same as for all intervals of length 2 pi. That 2 pi interval function behavior repeat. 2 pi periodic function defined over any interval of length lambda to lambda plus 2 pi. Lambda to lambda plus 2 pi. Is the 2 pi lambda plus 2 pi? Interval length lambda plus 2 pi minus lambda is equal to 2 pi. 2 pi length. But lambda 0 to 0 plus 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi. The pi pi plus 3 pi. Pi by 2 pi by 2 plus 2 pi. An interval of length 2 pi. That is minus pi to plus pi. Any interval of length 2 pi. Then the Fourier series of fx is given by, in this case, also the Fourier series of fx is equal to a0 by 2 plus sigma n equal to 1 to infinity an cos nx plus bn sin nx. Okay, that is f of x is equal to a0 by 2 plus sigma n equal to 1 to infinity an cos nx plus bn sin nx. What is an? a0 is equal not a0 is equal to 1 by pi integral lambda to lambda plus 2 pi f of x dx. If this is defined in the interval minus pi to pi, then Fourier series expansion is the same value, where a0 is equal to 1 by pi minus lambda to plus lambda f of x dx. Here it is 1 by pi lambda to lambda plus 2 pi f of x dx. What is a? N is equal to 1 by pi integral lambda to lambda plus 2 pi f of x into cos nx dx. And bn is equal to 1 by pi integral lambda to lambda plus 2 pi f of x into sin nx dx. Then a question find the Fourier series of the function. X defined in the interval minus pi to pi. or 0 to pi or lambda to lambda plus 2 pi or 2l periodic function. And if the function is a 2 pi periodic function defined over any interval of length 2 pi, then the Fourier series expansion is this one. Now, we have a section of the Fourier series. That means that 2 or 3 class we will third module. Second, we will save it. This is very important. Length 2 pi. We will save it. Consider an example for a 2 pi periodic function defined over any interval of length 2 pi. That means a function f of x, a 2 pi periodic function defined over the interval lambda to lambda plus 2 pi. Second, find the Fourier series of f of x is equal to 1 if 0 less than x less than pi, equal to minus 1 if pi less than x less than 2 pi. Moreover, f of x plus 2 pi is equal to f of x. F of x plus 2 pi is equal to f of x means the given function f of x is a 2 pi periodic function. What is the interval in which the function is defined? Then f of x is given in this interval 0 to pi and pi to 2 pi. That is, the function is defined over the interval 0 to 2 pi. Okay? Then a problem is 2 pi periodic defined in the interval 0 to 2 pi. Minus pi to pi the property apply. Here 0 to 2 pi means lambda to lambda plus 2 pi. Lambda is equal to 0. 0 to 0 plus 2 pi. Second, that is what is given? F of x is equal to this value, and moreover f of x plus 2 pi is equal to f of x. That is fx, the given function fx is a 2 pi periodic function. F of x plus 2 pi is equal to f of x, and it defined over the interval 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi. Lambda to lambda plus 2 pi. Then the Fourier series of fx. What is the Fourier series of fx in this case? Fourier series of fx is equal to a0 by 2 plus sigma n equal to 1 to infinity an cos nx plus bn sin nx. Okay? The Fourier series is a0 by 2 plus sigma n equal to 1 to infinity an cos nx plus bn sin nx. What is a0? Where a0 is equal to 1 by pi integral lambda to lambda plus 2 pi f of x dx. That is 1 by pi integral 0 to 2 pi f of x dx. 0 to 2 pi f of x dx. That is 1 by pi into integral 0 to 2 pi is defined like this. Integral 0 to pi integral 0 to pi f of x dx plus integral pi to 2 pi f of x dx. That is 1 by pi into, in this interval 0 to 2 pi, in 0 to pi, what is fx? Fx is equal to 1. In the interval 0 to pi, f of x is equal to 1. There are 1 dx. Integral pi to 2 pi, fx is equal to, in this interval, the value of fx is equal to minus 1 dx. That is 1 by pi, x, integral dx, x between the limits 0 to pi, and minus x between the limits pi to 2 pi. That is 1 by pi, upper limit apply, lower limit, pi minus 0 minus 2 pi minus pi. That is equal to 2 pi minus 2 pi is equal to the value 0. Pi, this one plus pi, pi plus pi, 2 pi minus 2 pi is equal to 0. That is a0 is equal to this result. a0 is equal to 0. Then what is a? A is equal to, that is a0 is equal to 0. Then a is equal to 1 by pi integral 0 to 2 pi lambda to lambda plus 2 pi. That is 0 to 2 pi fx into cos nx dx. That is 1 by pi into integral 0 to 2 pi is subdivided like this. Integral 0 to pi plus integral pi to 2 pi f of x into cos nx dx. Total 0 to pi and pi to 2 pi means 0 to 2 pi fx into cos nx dx. Second, that is equal to 1 by pi into integral 0 to pi. In this interval 0 to pi, what is the value of f of x? F of x equal to 1 into cos nx dx. plus integral pi to 2 pi. What is f of x? In the interval pi to 2 pi, f of x is equal to minus 1 into cos nx dx. That is, this is equal to 1 by pi integral 0 to pi cos nx dx plus integral pi to 2 pi minus cos nx dx. Okay? Then we will complete it. Save it. What is the value of a n? And next we consider the value of b n also. Okay? This is the save it. Value of a n. A0 and a n. Consider the consideration of the condition. What is a n? A n is equal to 1 by pi integral 0 to pi cos nx plus pi to 2 pi minus integral cos nx dx. That is, a n is equal to 1 by pi integral cos nx. What is integral cos nx? Sin nx by n between the limits 0 to pi minus integral cos nx sin nx by n between the limits pi to 2 pi. Okay? This is a n is equal to this value minus. Then take a n outside, 1 by n outside. That is 1 divided by n pi. 1 divided by n pi. Upper limit apply the sin n pi minus sin 0 minus this minus. Upper limit apply sin 2n pi minus sin 0. Like sin 2n pi minus sin 0. Sin 2n pi minus sin 0. Then what is sin n pi? Sin n pi 0, sin 0 0, sin 2n pi is also equal to 0. Then all these values are zeros. That is, a n is equal to 1 divided by pi n into 0. That is equal to 0. Okay? That is, a n is equal to 0. In the Fourier series of expansion, we have seen a0 is equal to 0. Here a n is also equal to 0. Okay? Then what is the value of bn? Bn, what is bn? Bn is equal to 1 by pi integral 0 to 2 pi fx into sin nx dx. Bn is equal to, that is 1 by pi into integral 0 to 2 pi subdivided into 0 to pi plus integral pi to 2 pi f of x into sin nx dx. Okay? That is, in this interval f of x is equal to 1. In this integral f of x is equal to minus 1. That is 1 by pi into integral 0 to pi. In this interval f of x is equal to 1. 1 into sin nx dx. Plus pi to 2 pi. In pi to 2 pi f of x is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 into sin nx fx into sin nx dx. That is equal to 1 by pi. The sin nx, integral of sin nx is equal to minus cos nx by n between the limits 0 to pi. Minus this minus integral sin nx is minus cos integral sin nx is minus cos nx by n between the limits pi to 2 pi. Second, that is equal to 1 by pi. And the minus, here also 1 minus, take minus outside. Then this n also 1 by n also take outside. That is minus 1 divided by n pi. That minus 1 by n pi. Apply upper limit, apply the cos n pi minus cos 0. What is cos n pi? Cos n pi is equal to minus 1 raised to n. Cos 0 is the value. Cos 0 is equal to 1. Detail minus this minus. Here minus outside equal to the minus part minus. Upper limit apply the cos x in the 2 pi. Then 2n pi minus cos n pi. So again, that is minus 1 divided by n pi. Okay, this is minus 1 raised to n. What is this one? Cos n pi is equal to minus 1 raised to n. This is minus of minus and that plus. Then minus 1 raised to n. Here also minus 1 raised to n. That is 2 into minus 1 raised to n. Then minus 1. What is cos 2 pi? Cos 2 pi, cos 4 pi, cos 6 pi, etc. Cos 2 pi, cos 2n pi is equal to 0. Sorry, 1. Cos 0 is equal to 1. And then either minus 1, this is also is equal to minus 1. Then minus 2. Okay? That's minus 1 raised here. Here minus into minus plus cos n pi minus 1 raised here. Minus 1 raised here plus minus 1 raised here. 2 into minus 1 raised here. This is minus 1. cos 2n pi. What is cos 2n pi? Cos 2n pi is equal to 0. Sorry, cos 2n pi is equal to 1. Cos 2 pi, cos 4 pi, cos 6 pi, etc. is equal to 1. Cos 2 pi is equal to cos 2n pi. What is cos 2n pi? Is equal to 1. Cos n pi is equal to minus 1 raised to n. Cos n pi 2n pi is equal to 1. Cos 2n pi is equal to 1. This is minus 1, minus 1, minus 2. Okay? That is Bn is equal to this way. Minus 1 divided by n pi. Then minus 2 would I also take minus 2 divided by n pi. Minus 1 raised to n minus 1. Okay? That's n order v1 values. But a value, the good save in a continuation value, other p. The bucket. The same. Problem of the continuation. What is Bn? Bn is equal to minus 1 divided by n by 2 into minus 1 raised to n minus 2. Take 2 outside. That is minus 2. Taking 2 outside. Minus 2 divided by n by minus 1 raised to n minus 1. Next we assume that b1, b2, b3, b4, etc. it is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. up to infinity. Assume that it is even number. And even minus 1 square, or minus 1 raised to 4, minus 1 raised to 6, etc. Minus 1 square is equal to 1, 1 minus 1 0. Minus 1 raised to 4 is equal to 1, 1 minus 1 0. That means if n is an even number, this value is 0. That is equal to 0 if n is even. That means in the Fourier series expansion, if n is even, that means b2, b4, b6, b8, etc. are all zeros. And next, if n is odd, what is n is odd? If n is equal to odd, minus 1 raised to 1. This is minus 1, this is minus 1, minus 2 into minus 2. Then plus 4 by n by. Next, n is equal to 3, minus 1 cube, minus 1, minus 1, minus 2 into minus 2. That is plus 4 divided by n. That is, this is equal to 4 divided by n by if n is odd. That means the value of Bn is also given like this. Bn is equal to 0 if n is even. Bn is equal to 4 divided by n by if n is odd. Then by a0i, ani, bn. Then what is the Fourier series of expansion of fx? Then by result 1. 1 means the Fourier series of expansion is fx is equal to a0 by 2 sigma n1 to infinity an cos nx plus bn sin nx. In this result, a0 is equal to 0, an is equal to 0, b2, b4, b6, etc. are all zeros. Now that is here the that is f of x is equal to n odd with the 0 and the odd terms existing b1 sin x plus b3 sin 3x plus b5 sin 5x, etc. What is b1, b3, b5, etc.? b1 is equal to 4 by pi. b3 is equal to 4 divided by 3 pi. 4 divided by 7 pi. 4 by pi outside. Baki sin x. This is sin 3x by 3. And now sin 5x by 5 plus sin 7x by 7 plus etc. Or the Fourier series of expansion of this function, this 2 pi periodic function defined over the interval 0 to 2 pi is f of x is equal to a0, 0, an0, b2, b4, etc. are all zeros. Then the remaining value 4 divided by pi sin x plus sin 3x by 3 plus sin 5x by 5 plus sin 7x by 7 plus etc. Okay, you got problems. This is save with continuation. Rewrite it, not take one. This is save.